All right, we're live. We're live. Give people a few seconds to join. Hopefully, some of my subscribers are online right now. Waited on some subscribers to join, so I'm not talking to myself. Give it a few more seconds. It's got to be somebody to join. I don't want to talk to myself on this, but I know this is impromptu. I actually really like doing these live videos. Um, in the hustle and bustle of every day and with teaching and building and everything. Doing the lives are very cool and easy when it comes to filming. I still am working through my series Historically Black, and that's going pretty well. I'm actually stockpiling episodes right now before we start releasing again. um, February was pretty cool to kick it off, and I got some stuff shot in March. However, we want to turn it up even more so on the quality side. So the storyline is pretty cool, but there's definitely a lot more that I want to do when it comes down to the storyline of it all. Um, but as I said before, this is very, very impromptu, but it is necessary. So um, just wanted to share some of the urgency of what I'm doing now. As you already know, I'm a professor, uh, I'm a software engineer, uh, filmmaker, musician, got a lot of talent. And want to make this announcement. I've got about 6 weeks, actually a little less than 6 weeks to pull this off. But this is the biggest pivot that I've ever done with my startup, Dubbed. And it's very complex. I've been thinking through this over the last few months. I did a little building, um, pitched it to a few people. I've been teaching at the same time, but I've still been dreaming, and I have this dream about where I want to go up with uh, the startup, and actually what I actually want to do with AI. I feel like a lot of people have jumped out there and just did more of the same, either using AI to build websites and apps for people, or trying to create AI agents and sell them. And but I just feel like there's so many more applications that can be done, especially for the benefit of the arts, the benefit of the creator community, the creator economy. Um, and I have this this really unique idea that I want to do because I feel like no one's ever really addressed the issue of the problems that people have when they're starting ideas, when you're filming, when you're recording music, when you're doing digital art and so on. uh, you know Everything's always built to address what I call last mile, or even built to address post production. But there's so many more problems than what I call the first mile. Um, I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of money on the line here, and we've got a little momentum now. But the goal is, over the next 6 weeks or less, is to build this MVP out of what I call the first mile for media. Uh, we got to demo it to users. We already have a few selected cities and communities that we're building for. Um, and the goal is to get users and show that dub is actually the future. So I just want to ask, you know, my viewers, my subscribers, supporters, have you ever had problems when you're shooting content or you're recording stuff and then you try to upload it to Dropbox or Google Drive or any platform that you're using to store your content? Let's not even talk about collaborating with others. Let's just focus on the upload itself. Have you ever experienced it tell you it's going to take 10 hours to upload this footage, or it's going to take days? I've even gotten that sometimes because the footage is so large. Even when I'm shooting in with my iPhone, and trying to use Apple ProRes as much as possible because it is higher quality, but the file sizes are super large. I shot a portion of a podcast a few days ago on my iPhone 16 Pro Max, and 30 minutes of shooting was almost 200 gigabytes of video files. So that's a pretty enormous size. So even just trying to transfer that, sync that, upload that to the cloud so that I could work and collaborate with others actually has been a pain in the butt. Um, I mean, we're getting it done, but there's a lot of time being lost from the actual production uh, to post, to beginning post. And right now we're set out to solve that problem. And still giving users the tools that they love the most, that we've been building, um, you know, using AI. But at the same time, I really want to address this, and we're going to address this problem by helping people with the first mile of creation. So once that is shot, what we're doing is giving users a way to sync their content to the cloud very quickly, and I'm trying to get it under a 10-minute process, no matter how large the files are. You can get it to the cloud and sync and be working on editing and post-production and so on almost instantly. Um, Done a couple of trials that were controlled, and now um, we're almost ready to get this product in front of the world and you know watch it grow. um, but the journey, to get here, hasn't been easy. I would consider myself a serial entrepreneur. uh, I have built a lot of different ideas, but honestly all of my ideas have been based around the creator economy and media. And actually, I started in AI many years ago. My first app that I got funded was it was an app that started off with the name Moonpreneurs, um, and evolved into the name 9 to 5 Jobs. And at that time, you know, I was calling it machine learning, but what we did was an assessment of how good the code writing was. So we took like GitHub and other repositories that developers would save to, and did assessments on the quality of the code. So the more code that you had to pull from, the better of assessment that we could do for HR departments. And yeah, I started with that. I built that. I was building that app out in the Hampton Roads area, Norfolk, Virginia, Virginia Beach, and I did fairly well. Got some funding, but honestly, at that time, being a solo founder, I needed some more direction. And although I had worked on team development teams, I really didn't know where to go and how to grow. So I didn't scale it, even though I made a lot of good connections, did a lot of great demos, even had some early customers. But I didn't grow it like it should have. And then you fast forward today, we have tools that are actually helping us write code on a daily basis. I love using Cursor and Windsurf. Those two tools I feel like are groundbreaking, but there's many others in the market right now that are helping people build their ideas and build them rather quickly. Um, the reason I give myself 6 weeks on this pivot that we're going to with Dub is because I want to get it out quick and test, and I don't want to take a long time. That's been my era in many cases. I have just taken too long on building ideas, and then also too long on deciding when to stop building ideas. So I want to give myself 6 weeks to get it out to enough people to test, build in a few markets that I know that, or at least I assume that would, utilize the tool that we're building now. Um, but yeah, the journey from then until now hasn't been easy. So I've learned a lot along the way. Um, but overall, I think this is the best way to describe without giving away too much right now. I do want to keep you hungry and enticed by what it is to come. But Dub isn't just an app; it's the backbone of a creative world that I've been crafting for years. And just ask yourself, what could you do right now to improve your ideas, you know, as you are building them out, especially video based ideas and audio based ideas? What could you do to make your process um, 10 times easier? Because that's the question that I kept asking myself, like, what could I do for not only myself but other creators that can make that whole process, especially when it comes to uploading after I've shot my content, how can I make that process easier so that I can get to, you know, bringing the magic together, the editing process, the post production, all of that stuff. That's where a lot of the magic happens. Um, so how are we capturing this in the right way and getting it up to the cloud is what I'm, you know, definitely addressing with Dub at this point. And if you're watching, I want to let you know I need you. So please subscribe to the channel, share this video, um, and definitely reach out. You know, hit me up on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Reach out if you want to help test the MVP. Our site is dub.digital. Again, that's dub.digital. Um, and I need as many testers as possible. So I want to run this through the creative community, and I need your help building this. So keep in touch. Let me know if you like to be a tester. I'll also keep um, you know pushing out more information about it. I'm actually going to follow up this video with a more polished recorded video, just depicting what the platform is going to do, and how we plan to help creators monetize on a daily basis. And I think this, you know I have a good idea about this. I'm usually excited about my ideas, but this overall I think is something that I feel like the creative world needs. I think the world needs it overall. And so the clock is ticking. Let's build this in public, and I'll see you at the finish line. Or if you're a competitor, I'll see you on the battlefield. All right.